we'll do a real intro.
Do you think these types of mics are good for like recording vocals and stuff?
This is all I use now.
For real?
I got it for the podcast, and I realized it's like the way I would describe it is you compare this to the other mic I have. I think it's an Aston Spirit, and that mic was my go-to mic because it's comparable to a Neumann.
Yeah.
And it's like about $300 or $400, so it's like a cheaper price point, and you get something like a Neumann. But it's comparable to a Neumann because it's so spicy. Like it picks things up. It picks up all the intricate details.
I'm gonna be real.
Whereas you have
It's
a
nice.
mic like this, this doesn't do that. This mic is smooth like butter, right? So that's how I would describe the difference. Whereas the Aston Spirit will get every tiny little thing. That's actually not good for a podcast. Because you don't want every tiny little thing. Yeah. You want something smooth like butter.
Is it good? Like, I mean, price wise, what's the like?
For these are about $400.
I mean, that's not bad for.
But they're worth it.
I mean, I'm sure.
I mean, and because like I said, everything is smooth. That's how I describe this mic. Is like it just makes it so, and that's before you mix it. It just kind of gives it a general kind of warmth. Right. Whereas the other one is more. If you're trying to record guitar especially, or like probably like instruments like string instruments, that would be perfect because it's going to pick up all that little stuff. I think you can flick a button and you can record on both sides even. So you have one side recording, like it'll record the guitar and it'll record you. And it'll catch each because the mic's in between. So it can do that.
Bro, this joint be nice. And I be hearing these podcasts, some of the ones that be online, they be using these and you could tell the clarity of their vocals.
Yeah. But I'm talking about two different mics, just so you know. Like the one that does the thing where it goes off like that, that's the other one, the Aston Spirit.
Yeah, I probably don't need all that.
No, but if you're looking for a mic recommendation, this one is the shit.
Yeah, it's good, bro.
I love these mics. Yeah. Like I mean, I've joked about like, sure, please, can we get our sponsorship already? Can I get that? Because I will rave about these.
Hey, sponsor my boy on here. He's good.
I'll do it for free, but please pay me because I'll do it for free. I mean, I mean it. These mics are awesome, and it's like I said, I use it exclusively now because it just sounds smooth, and I think that often with music, that's just what you want anyways. Like it just naturally, to me, it has that thing I'm looking for. Whereas like I just don't even see the point in whipping out the other one and plugging it in. Like I have to have a reason. Maybe if I was doing like a, you know what I have to do? I don't know, because I was gonna say if I did a slow song, but even then, imagine my slow sensual voice with this thing.
It'll get weird pretty fast.
Dude, I'd kill that shit.
I know, it's funny.
But folks, welcome to episode 293 of Ruse Radio. We're back at it again with a very special guest. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Tracy Baker.
Tracy Baker. Now, Tracy Baker, somebody stumbled into this room. They don't know who you are. They just saw two men talking, and they're listening now. How would you describe yourself to the stranger? What do you do?
I mean, most of the time, I just tell them I'm a musician. I mean, that's not everything that defines me, but it's one of the ones that I use like as the main part. You know what I mean?
Well, when you say musician, like what specifically do you do as a musician? Because I know you play the saxophone. Yes?
Yeah.
But other than that, what do you do?
I paint too. A lot of people actually be surprised when I paint. When I show them my paintings, they be like, "Oh, they pretty good." I'm like, I don't have like formal training or nothing. I just pretty much started one day. It helped me reduce the amount that I was smoking, you know. So I was just like, let me just try to start painting through the day. and no, bro, it works. Like you got to replace it with something, so it worked. You know,
that's a funny start to the painting journey.
Started 4 months ago, so I was like, dang, it's working. So I've been getting good at it, and now it's like it's a new addiction, bro. I be going to the store, I be grabbing paint. Come on.
At the store, huh?
Yes, bro. Yes. I do not play. I go to Dollar Tree. I leave Dollar Tree like $35 like worth of paint just in the basket. Yeah. For real, bro.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for the last 2 months. This is new.
Like, yeah, I would say like 3-4 months now. 3-4.
How many paintings you got?
Man, I got so many paintings. I actually sell them, so I ain't put none on my page recently, but I was gonna start maybe like sometime this week or next week.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
And then like, how often would you say you make a new painting? Like every other day, every couple days?
I'll probably paint like 3-4, man, I'll say sometimes 3-4 times a day. Like it just depends.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay.
I like, especially if I have a free day, because I'm a musician. We work night shift.
How many easels, or what are these things called? I mean, whatever that thing's called right there.
Oh, bro.
Pallets?
I don't know it's too many. I go to Walmart and I lose my mind, bro.
You just get a bunch of them?
Yes. Is it, bro?
You're like a crackhead, but with paint.
Bro, for real. And once you like, so I do abstract art.
Okay.
I don't necessarily really like to draw a specific thing. I like patterns.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
like stuff that looks trippy to the eyes,
right?
Like psychedelic patterns. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I like to do that type of art.
Have you seen Alex Gray's artwork?
Mm-mm.
Oh
no, you got to put me on.
Here, just
I'm not a painter.
Can you
like
scat
that.
into the mic for a second while I grab this phone?
Yeah,
all right, there we go. Something to fill the silence while I grab that thing. So let me pull it up. Just because if you do stuff like that, you'd probably really like this, and it's pretty popular. I mean, are you familiar with the band Tool at all?
No. Let me check them out.
Yeah, Tool's a fantastic band from the '90s, and he did a lot of their artwork, and that's probably what popularized his work a lot. I think this was the cover art for Lateralis, their album Lateralis, but just look at that.
Dang, that's wrong.
Yeah.
No, but stuff like that, like patterns.
You guys.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I mean, it's some of the best artwork I think I've ever seen. Because it's like, or here's another one.
Dang, that's raw.
You'd really like his stuff.
That's raw.
Yeah.
What's this dude name?
Alex Gray.
Let me put.
You really like it. Yeah. If you're into that type of thing, I mean, he's one of like the best of all time. Oh my God, look at this one, man. Oh my gosh, he's one of the best.
How is he doing it? And it's like he got.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying about the patterns?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and what I love about it is it's also metaphysical. He does this thing where it's all metaphysical, and he incorporates humans and he incorporates humanity and things like this.
That is raw, bro. That's raw. Like
you understand what I mean by metaphysical, though,
listen,
right?
Listen, you gotta understand. I just
Can you pop the door? The cat's gonna try to escape.
Yeah. Let me get the cat.
Thanks. Yeah, save her. Save her. She's stuck in this prison. She'll be back, and we will not let her back in. All right, she's gonna scratch the door in like 5 minutes.
But since I started doing paint,
isn't it just great?
I'm just now starting. You'd be surprised at how much people in the world neglect. I'm just now figuring out a love for that. I'm 26 years old.
Yeah.
26 years I've neglected stuff like this.
Yeah.
Bro, like this is raw. Like I love art, bro.
Yeah. And it's and I mean, I feel like it's inspired. Like when I look at something like that, it is. So, dude, oh my God, I've never seen this one.
Bro, that's cold.
Is this really him? I don't even know. This might be AI. Well, that's pretty. That's pretty good.
Not AI. Somebody did that, bro. That's art. That's bro. It's cold.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, but but like I said, metaphysical meaning he seems like he. I mean, I was telling you earlier about mushrooms and things like this. I actually think art like that depicts what something like mushrooms is better than what most words can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's so hard to depict an experience. Like that's why I love great films that do that really well. I don't like films. I mean, I love pretty much all types of movies, I should say, but I prefer films that are trying to engage with me on a level where I get to figure it out myself, and it's not so straightforward, and I get to go along and figure it out myself. And like I once heard David Lynch say that the reason he got into making movies is because he looked at a painting and he thought he saw it move, and he thought, a moving painting, and then that made him want to make movies.
That's
and
cool.
I think the best films are that they're moving paintings almost. And when you look at a painting, who's to say what the painting is trying to say?
And it's emotion that goes into it. I never understood that until I started painting. Like, bro, like that's energy. Every ounce of like time that I put into that, you know, like what they say, time is money, time is currency. Every hour that I put into that, that's energy that you're putting into the painting. And a lot of people don't understand that type of stuff.
Well, and then you think about the best paintings of all time.
Absolutely.
And you think like, you know, we just write it off as, that's just a thing.
No, that's somebody's love. Like somebody dedicated. First of all, anything that you dedicate your life to is it's worth appreciating by everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You dedicated your life to that. That's appreciate. I don't care if you don't even listen. You don't even gotta like the person, but you still gotta appreciate what they dedicated their life to. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I was just talking to my daddy about this earlier. Imagine a plumber, like somebody dedicated their life to fixing your problem.
Yeah.
Your problem. Because guess what? If your toilet get clogged up, you gonna go in there and get it done.
No.
Like, I mean, yeah, some guys will do it themselves, obviously, but still, you gotta respect the guys that go out here and make a business out of that. He turned, or even a carpenter. Let you go into a place with some nice carpet and you start stomping on the carpenter, and the carpenter that just did that work, he gonna look at you and be like, hey, bro, you know how long it took us to do this?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It ain't being a musician and traveling the world, but I did put some time and energy into this.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got anything worth somebody doing their life, that's respectable, dude. That's respectable.
And I think like people write things off. Like I said, like you just think of it like, oh, they didn't do anything to earn that. Like they don't deserve that spot that they have. You don't see all of that fucking hard labor. I mean, I would say maybe 1% of success is like people who just got there, didn't even try and just got there. Maybe 1%. Maybe you could write off 1%. But that's the other 99% is people working so hard, giving up everything. And I also think about it like, you know, people say, because I think about it when it comes to manifestation, right? This whole idea that you need to manifest your dreams and you'll get there. Yeah. I think like even if you don't believe in that, the people who were successful manifested their dreams and then did everything they possibly could to get there. And sure, there were plenty of people who didn't succeed and they didn't get to where they wanted to be. But the people who were successful all did that. Like it's so rare for someone to succeed without trying so hard. Like it's so rare. So this idea that like people just to write off successful people and just to write, like everybody is trying their hardest. Exactly. Almost everybody you see is trying so hard just to get in front of you at all.
But you know what? This the crazy part. It ain't even about who get there first. Yeah. It's about who survives. That's what they don't get. And all these cats like, oh man, I gotta get famous right now. I gotta get followers right now. I gotta do this right now. Yeah. Listen, stick around.
Yeah.
Just stick around. Listen, people, first of all, everybody ain't built for this for real. Like, going for your dreams is not a mission. Some people rather just make excuses. But like, the real people who really want to get it done, we will go through hell, high water, up, down, trial and tribulation, get knocked down, get talked about, get spit on, and we still will keep going. There are some people out here that'll be like, oh, that's an excuse. I can't do this because of that. I can't do this because of that. Them is excuses, man. I've heard that from everybody. I've heard that from at least 30,000 people in my friend group. Come on now.
Yeah.
You heard it. But it's like, the ones that really want to do it, they're not going to make no excuses. They're going to say, man, I'm going to survive this. Okay, they told me I suck, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, they told me no, but I'm going to keep going. Okay, they're not going to hire me over here. I'm going to go over there.
Yeah.
That's what the game is about. It ain't about, oh, you got one opportunity because you was in the right place at the right time and you went on tour right now and now you flexing.
Yeah.
Look, you flexing right now, but guess what? It's like that opportunity just hasn't arrived at that person who hasn't stopped. It just hasn't arrived there yet.
Right.
If they keep surviving and keep hunting, they gonna find themselves in the right place at the right time, and their time is their time.
And you don't know when your time is.
That's the thing.
Have you ever heard comparison is the thief of joy?
Bro, it is.
Because I mean, that's to me the principle of that whole thing, right? Is you're comparing your time to everybody else's. You're thinking, oh, but everybody else got success. Look, he's my age and he's successful, and this person's my age and he's successful. You know, and it's all a comparison game. And you're not anybody else. You'll never be anybody else. And your success, you could die tomorrow. So what is success anyway?
And man, hey, now that's the type of stuff cats ain't even talking about.
Yeah.
Boy, if you die tomorrow, what is your name good for but the ground?
Right?
Listen. Now listen.
Your legacy lives on with what you've already done.
Exactly.
You know?
But here's the thing. Cats walking around here like they got a Michael Jackson type legacy.
Yeah.
It's like,
shout out Drake. That's Drake's whole thing.
No comparison.
Well, Drake likes to go out and say he's Michael Jackson. That's his whole thing.
Listen.
He likes to say he's the new Michael Jackson.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Drake is probably just doing that because he rage baiting folks.
No, he loves Michael Jackson. He has a love for Michael Jackson.
I already know because...
I mean, maybe he's rage baiting, but I don't know.
Listen. He has a love for Michael Jackson, which if Drake has a... and you
I think it goes deep. I think it goes deep for him.
Listen, if you have a true love for the person that you have a love for, understand what he did and the legacy that he left behind.
No one could ever be Michael Jackson.
You can't.
No one.
Listen, I ain't seen one girl pass out at his concerts.
Yeah, that's true. But then look at the Beatles. I mean, the Beatles too.
Check it out. Got another one for you. They got a story that's been going out. They said Magic Johnson himself invited Michael Jackson to a game. And the game that Michael Jackson finally came to, he couldn't come in. He told him he couldn't come in because he was finna shut down the game before he even got through the door.
Wow.
Ain't nobody. Drake, he can go to games. Even the Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson. She go to Chiefs games all the time.
That's crazy. He couldn't even go to a game.
Michael Jackson couldn't step foot nowhere. The nigga had to buy the mall.
Yeah.
Who you know got to buy the mall, brother?
That's crazy.
Who do you know got to buy the mall?
He got
to buy the mall so he can have a normal shopping experience. But you know why? Because everybody in the mall shut it down. The man had to purchase a day.
Yeah, that's sad. It's kind of sad. I mean, like, because, I think the only person that's comparable to that, if we were really comparing...
Okay.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Okay. See, now, Mr. Beast is different. First of all, he ain't no musician.
But he's very famous.
But he is very famous. And I think that he could be the Michael Jackson in another arena.
In fame.
Yeah,
just in fame. If we're talking about fame.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Drake likes to think about it on all, because one of the things that Drake boasts about is that he's surpassed the level of top global charting records that because Michael Jackson had the record. But it's what I would say about that is that's ridiculous because ever since 2012 we've included streaming and we've included YouTube. Most of that shit's fake anyway. There's so many fake streams, and also streams shouldn't even be included because that means 10 seconds of listening to a song is now the whole. It used to be record sales. So Michael Jackson sold records. We're not even talking about the same thing, but it's so. I just think it's so funny. We're talking about Billboard topping 100, and that we compare that to the 90s and the 80s.
You said we got technology, right?
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah.
So check this out. I just came from Japan.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that there are more people out there. If I said Michael Jackson's name, they would know who that is, and they wouldn't know who Drake is. And Drake has the internet.
Right.
Understand?
That's amazing.
It's not the same. It ain't the same.
Yeah, it's not the same at all.
First of all, he still compete. The fact that you have to compare yourself to Michael Jackson after he been 17 years dead and he's still making money is a testament to his greatness. Let Drake die today or tomorrow. Come on. You think they gonna make a movie about Drake? Or Taylor Swift? You think they gonna make a movie about Drake or Taylor Swift? Come on, man. Come on, man. Tweaking.
That's really funny.
Listen, y'all can say,
they would call it Aubrey.
Say what I'm saying. Greatness is greatness. Hey, look, check this out. Greatness is greatness. It's a scripture in the Bible that says, many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah.
There is a difference between being called and being chosen. Michael Jackson was just one of the chosen, man. That cat is great. And y'all trying to compare him to Drake?
Yeah. And the thing is,
no dissing. I love Drake.
I think you're right. And I think that there's something about what you're saying that deeply resonates with me because I really think it's like with the whole Kendrick and Drake thing that happened recently. It kind of...
You can compare that.
Well, you can compare that.
Comparable.
It's the same thing. You can compare the two, and I think that Kendrick is one of, how'd you just describe it a moment ago, that the chosen and the...
No, many are called, but few are chosen.
Many are called, but few are chosen. And it's the same thing where I would say that, yeah, Drake is called, but Kendrick is chosen.
Man.
And Kendrick's been chosen from the beginning.
You just love some Kendrick.
But no, it's not. The thing about Kendrick that I love is that he represents to me what hip hop is supposed to be.
Yes.
And he gets it right. And I think that and what's the miracle of Kendrick Lamar is he's so commercially popular while doing so.
Yeah.
He's the only thing that gives me hope.
Him and Chance. I put him and Chance out. They on the same because they not only cultivating. See, I don't listen to a lot of rap, but I talk to my cousin DJ about this a lot. And I like certain rap and I like certain songs that they do. And I respect everybody's artistry. You know, but I think that overall, them two as rappers, even though I don't listen to rap, they're cultivating culture and community. That's something that stems deeper than just rap. They're cultivating a level of spiritual enlightenment, spiritual heightening.
And that's what what I was telling you before we recorded. That's the power of poetry and hip hop and being an MC is you can spiritually enlighten people in such a way. You can lift people up. Yeah. And they don't even know they're being lifted up.
Absolutely.
And that's
we
powerful.
Producers. Yeah. Listen, if they're consumers, we're producers.
Right.
So what we're producing, they're consuming.
Yeah.
If you do you want to? Let's say you walk up to a child today. Do you want to produce fear in them, or do you want to produce joy?
Joy, obviously.
Exactly. So people should look at their music, their art, their craft, and everything that they do like that. Yeah. When you look at little kids, like think about all these artists getting on stage shaking their booty and stuff.
Right.
You're consuming lust. You have a kid consuming you from a lustful point of view, rather than you producing a respectful image of anything. Yeah. Whether you male or female. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like it's ultimately reductive. Like you're reducing yourself down to an aspect of yourself, and that is not enlightening people. If we're talking about enlightenment, like that's not enlightenment. Like it's it's masquerading as what's the word I'm looking for? Empowerment. It's masquerading as empowerment, but really it's not enlightening anyone. It's kind of just keeping us all at the same base level.
That's why I just released a new song. It's called Get Moving. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. Y'all can check it out on anything. But it's called Get Moving. The reason I named my music, everybody, over my career, I want everybody to notice the names of my songs and feel the music. That's why I make saxophone music, because it goes amongst everybody. And guess what? Everybody can get their own interpretation of what they feel. Yeah. It's called Get Moving because I felt like in my life I was in a place of stagnation and hesitation. So whenever you feeling that, what time is it? It's time to what?
Get moving.
Get moving. It's time to get moving, man.
It's funny, the song I showed you before is called Look Alive.
Look Alive.
I think it's the same thing.
Yes, and you have to open people's eyes up to what it is that we're trying to produce. We're trying to produce more love in the world. We're trying to produce more peace, more kindness, more generosity.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
this is what I produce.
I think it's an intention is so important.
Right. And that's why Mike was so big.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why a few were chosen.
Listen to Drake music.
And when you talk about like producers too, it's the same. Like I think about it like leaders and followers and producers and consumers. It's all the same. And I've learned that there's so many. I like to think of it like role playing, where you'll go around, if you meet enough people, if you talk to enough people, you'll realize whatever industry you're in, there's a lot of people role playing. Yeah. They're not chosen. They're not, and they can even be successful. But you work with them, and you realize like they're not really in this like spiritually. They don't want this.
But they're
not following a path within them, and they don't have this light within them. Like to them, this is just a material thing, and none of it really matters. And those people, to me, I can't connect with that. And I feel like when I think of it, like. You know, it's like they're not. You can see that God's not in them in a way. You can see that God is not even in them.
God ain't in no.
And it makes me. And what I mean is like God's in everybody, but you can see they're not listening, and you can see they're not following the path.
They're not.
And that is what it's like. I always felt like sometimes I get out of alignment, but I feel that I'm pretty aligned. I think that's what people like about me, is I'm always level-headed and I don't really judge anybody and all this. I think that's why people like me, because I've always tried to figure out like, why do I get along with people? Like, how does all this stuff work? And I think it's just because I never make judgments, and it's all this. And I think you'll talk to people, and what you'll find is, especially in the industries, when you're working in entertainment, and you'll start to learn, oh, this person's kind of putting on a thing, and they're probably maybe not so secure, and maybe they just don't have this level-headedness that I have. And I'll just learn this the more and more I got into the world, and I'll learn that there's very few people who are so determined, who are so sharpened, and they have this vision that they know exactly what they want. And it's almost like you have to sound insane, and you have to be a little insane to be truly successful, because it's very few people. And there's a lot of people who do this that are crazy, and they don't have a good vision, but they think they do, and they make us look bad But I think there's very few people.
You want to know what's funny?
And I just like the more and more and so for me I've learned you got to be careful because you got to find people who really execute and people who really get it done and people who really know their vision and people who really, because I've learned people have all sorts of opinions and there's all sorts of ideas that people will give you, and it's almost like people are idea machines, and you just got to curate. You got to find those people that you trust the most, that have the best ideas, and that's your opportunity. The more and more you branch out into this world, the more and more you move through this life. You know, you'll meet a lot of consumers.
Yeah.
What you want to find are
Absolutely.
the producers, the people who are going to lead, and also the people who are going to survive.
That's
as you
the
put
thing.
it.
That's the thing.
Because a lot of these people, they're not in it for the long run, and
They
you can
not.
feel it. You
can feel it.
know, and you shouldn't even fool yourself and try to feed into them and help them. You should just be honest, and because that's another thing. I've had friends who I used to always like tell one of my friends. I used to say, man, like you got to drop your music. You got to put your music out. At this point, I give up. I'm not even going to tell them anymore.
Why?
I've been telling
Listen,
you this,
you wasting
mind you, 8 years, okay? Long time. And he makes, and what upsets me, he makes mixtapes on mixtapes on mixtapes, and he shows them me. He's like, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm like, dude, like, it's crazy that you're not releasing music. Like, this doesn't even make sense. You're making it. So
it don't matter.
This is how people are. I've just learned people aren't like me. People are different.
This is the thing about people. You got to understand something. People are going to try to mimic greatness, but you cannot be greatness
Unless you are.
Unless you just are.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not saying that people aren't great.
And
everybody's great in their own right.
role playing earlier? Because mimicking
Yes.
role playing, yes, it's the same idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between somebody wearing a mask that got Obama's face on it, a lookalike that look like Barack Obama, and then Barack Obama standing right there next to them? What's the difference? You got the real Barack Obama right at the end.
Well,
So-
can we throw in AI Barack
You're right.
Obama?
Okay, you can throw the fourth one in there.
Yeah.
You got a cat wearing a mask. You got somebody who just look like him.
Yeah.
You got the real Obama and then AI Obama. What's the difference? Ain't none of them really Obama.
Except
It's-
Obama.
Except Obama, and that's what people don't get.
Yeah.
It's not nothing like you can try to recreate somebody's persona, but you can't be.
So, how do you feel about this idea? Because this is an idea that bothers me, and I don't see this thrown around a lot. So, when I've seen Elon Musk talk about Neuralink,
Okay.
he talks about how this is what he says. I think that when we get Neuralink, we're going to be able to send ideas to each other, and we will overcome the barrier of talking. We won't have to say words because words are messy.
I don't want that.
Me neither.
And hell,
But can you understand how crazy that idea sounds?
No.
Because I think that's like inhumane. To
It
me, that
is.
idea is absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? Actually,
Some things
I
are
think
private.
it flies in the face of art. It's actually
Yes.
misunderstanding what makes us human. And
That is weird.
Because the thing is, when we communicate with one another, what is lost in translation is part of the human experience.
Exactly.
We are not supposed to be sending ideas to each other. Like I said earlier, you look at a painting. We all get our own interpretation, and we all get to think whatever we want. If the painting was just sending me an idea
And told you what
and
you wanted to listen. Basically, that's like people you giving off perception before perception is even like.
But what I'm
you
getting
don't
at,
even, no,
I think this is the whole thing. People think this way, and they don't even understand fundamentally what it is to be human. Like people think, like, because when I saw Elon Musk say this, I didn't see a whole bunch of people going up and saying, "Whoa, no," and I'm thinking, "What the fuck?"
But what was
I
we
can't even believe he would suggest that it would be better to send ideas. To me, that's the most crazy idea I've ever heard. That it would be better to communicate with one another by sending ideas to each other through our brains. That's actually like the worst thing that could ever happen.
But bro, what was we just talking about? Before we got on here, I said everything is good in moderation.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was just talking to my girl about this. Too much efficiency is a bad thing.
Absolutely.
That's what the issue is. Okay, think about Wally. Wally basically just told us what we doing right now. You got people that's just sitting, waiting for Uber Eats to come to them, waiting for the TV to come to them. Man, we ain't doing nothing no more.
The only
Even
thing we're
AI.
missing is like the chairs that ride around on the streets on the spaceship.
I just saw one of them little bots on the street. I almost ran them over. I'm like, what is that thing?
Oh,
Why is
yeah.
it in the middle of the street? I almost went to go kick it over. It's like, man, if you don't get a delivery boy on a bike, a human being, First of all, it's getting too weird.
You haven't heard the derogatory term for those, have you? They call them clankers.
Hey, look, clank, cancel me. Look,
that's what they call them now.
I don't want that around here because think about phones. They can already track you wherever you are right now. Imagine it being in your skin. And then, let's say you get out of line.
Yeah.
They got this in the TV shows right now. It's kill chips. Look, you think you finna go against the government if they can track you wherever you at with that something in your arm? NPCs will be like, well, they told me to get it. They don't think for themselves. Well, they told me to do it.
You know that already happened at a workplace. Like there was a workplace that they said just put a chip in your arm.
No.
That happened somewhere. I can't remember where, but that was a thing.
And listen, people don't get it. They don't even understand that God is so faithful that even if you leave that job, he has another bigger opportunity because you were obedient.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you just gonna do whatever the job tell you and you gonna implant something that detrimental in your skin just for some money, you don't think that God got something better for you? But that's too far to believe. That's too far looking ahead.
Right.
People losing faith, bro.
Well, and I think
faith in themselves.
Well, and I think that it's a big. You ever hear of the Nietzsche quote, God is dead? I mean, Nietzsche was a philosopher, and there's this idea that what he said was God is dead and we killed him, or something along the lines of this. And what he meant to say is that this was right after the Renaissance.
Yeah.
And so the Renaissance is kind of like this, this revolution, and this spiritual revolution, in the sense that we're stepping away from religion and we're understanding that maybe we don't have religion as the centerpiece of our reality because it's been co-opted into basically taking over and not allowing us to be creative. So let's just go all the way the other way, and let's just be creative. And this was about 500 years ago. Here we are in 2026.
Yeah.
And so the Renaissance is 1500s, 1600s, right? And so what we live in is the aftermath of this philosophy. And I think when Nietzsche says God is dead, what he's saying is that God and the idea of religion being the core centerpiece of a society provides the whole society with general morality. We all think a certain way. We all think generally a certain way. Whereas if God dies and then if just chaos becomes the centerpiece of our morality.
We see what's going on right now.
Exactly. And we see, and this is like the slow play out of that entire thing. I think we've just stepped away from God in a sense. And it's also like, I think that when you don't have religion, you fill in that hole with other things.
But you know what that's what they first of all, that's not the word. People, that's what people getting confused.
What, religion?
Stop saying religion.
You think spirituality?
No, relationship. That's the word.
Relationship.
Man, if every human on this planet took one day and went home and said, Lord, if you are real, I ask that you come to me because I would like to start a relationship with you. If everybody did that, we wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah.
Because God is not going to play with you. If you ask him, that's the start of the relationship right there. Inviting him in. Invite him. God, if you're real right now, I ask that you come to me because I really would like to feel your presence. You think he not going to answer you?
Yeah.
Listen, if he ain't going to answer you through your faith, you better believe he going to answer you through mine because I know it's going to happen. So it's like people nowadays have to understand that that's the center of everything. Relationship. It's not about, oh, you believe in this religion, this practice, this. Man, I don't even say Christian or none of that. I'm just a child of God because we're all children of God. So just say child of God. That unites us all outside. And then just say, I have a relationship with my Father. This about relationship, not about you and your pastor.
Well, I would even say you could extend that idea into most things, right? Like when you speak about ideas and people, you don't need to call out specific people and make everything so personal. You can just call out ideas. Like it doesn't have to be so interpersonal all the time. And I think that when people
it's dividing us.
Well, and especially with politics, right? You talk about ideas, you'd be amazed, dude. You take out the names of people you're talking about, nobody gets upset. But you start to say names and people just, you hear a name and you get mad.
But you
hear
know
a name
what?
and you get mad. But if you just present the idea, oh, okay, that's agreeable. But you present a name, it's like, Oh, immediately. And it doesn't matter which side you're on or who it is. It's just how we're all animalistic creatures in the end.
But people don't understand it's the labels that are dividing us.
It's the labels.
Oh, look.
I agree.
Colored versus white.
Yeah.
What's the other one? We was just what you just say?
Names. Just names in general.
Oh, Democrat versus
politics.
Republican.
Yeah.
Republican. Rich, poor. It's all these labels.
Right.
Man, these things shouldn't even be defining you.
Are you familiar with Zen Buddhism and that at all?
Yeah, I know a little bit.
I remember there's a book I read called Introduction to Zen Buddhism. I wish I could remember who wrote it exactly, but it's a great book. And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, this is how I already think. And one of the ways they were describing it is like, this is the whole idea of yin and yang, is that how we learn to exist is we have a this versus that mentality.
Yes.
And that's actually survival 101. Yeah. We're supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. It's actually built into what we are.
Exactly.
Because we want to survive, and you have to distinguish a rotten apple versus a healthy apple.
Yeah.
You have to judge things.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do to survive. But we take that too far as humans, because that's our gift, judgment. But we take that too far as humans, and that we make everything that. And we get away from reality. This is actually why I think like dogs and cats are closer to reality than us.
Yeah.
Because they don't do any of that. They just exist.
And that's
exist. What, there's a Zen koan that I really like. And it's, what does the cow think? What do you think the answer is? You got an answer? What does the cow think?
Nothing.
The answer is moo.
Right. It's like people don't get that it's as simple as that. Like if you look take, like you said, just take your cat. Your cat is literally just existing with your dog up there.
Yeah. And they
different species.
They're not thinking today or tomorrow or yesterday or years ago. They're thinking, here I am.
This is just nice.
This is nice.
People don't realize that that's a part of the journey.
Yep.
You know what anxiety is? The true meaning of anxiety is you're worried too much about what's ahead instead of worrying about what's happening now.
Yeah, it's just presence of time.
Where's my life going to go? What am I going to do? What am I going to... Hey, if you don't have a job and you sitting there right now and say, hey, maybe I need a job, that's what you should be doing right now. Don't worry about, where a job is going to be. Just go out. Just go out. You can literally just start driving, and you might even see a sign that says now hiring. Go check it out.
Well, what I've always found with my life, too, is following this general idea of everything is going to be fine.
It is.
It never has not been. And I don't think it's always that simple. Obviously, there's things that'll happen to you and life gets complicated. But I think deep down, if you always think just this base idea that no matter what happens to me, everything's going to be fine because I'm alive, I woke up, and I exist. You
know what's funny? You just said that. And what's funny is, I'm going to show you something. Most people operate by the Bible and they don't even know it. You want to know what's funny? You just said that. You're operating on a biblical principle. Do you know this scripture?
Probably.
No, listen. I'm going to tell you the scripture and you tell me if you heard it. And if you haven't heard it, this shows you how many people operate on a biblical level and they don't even know it. Yeah. Have you ever heard the scripture? Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And those that love its fruit, oh man. I wish I had my phone, bro. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Let's just leave it right there. If I just left the scripture right there, life and death are in the power of the tongue. It lets you know how powerful your tongue really is. So you just said everything's always going to be all right. You said that out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Some people be like, why everything always bad happening to me? I always get sick around this time of year. It's another scripture. You are snared by the words of your mouth. The Bible says you are trapped by the words of your mouth.
Yeah.
Man, I'm always broke. You ever heard a friend who say I'm always broke and they always broke?
Yeah.
Life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Honestly, though, I would say it goes even further back to Zen Buddhism, though, because that's before.
But you think they got...
Exactly. They got it from them.
Come on.
Because Buddhism was saying the same thing. It's saying, like, your consciousness is dictating the reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen. Those guys believed in God.
Yeah, yep. It's all just it's a telephone game. It's just a telephone game.
That's just their interpretation of what it is.
You know what's interesting about those religions is that it's a reflection of the cultures at the time that made the religion. Like each religion you look at, you got to think about like when the religion came about, what those people were like.
Yes.
Like that, it's a reflection of who they were, and that's why it's interesting to think about how they're represented now too, because we're such a different people than any of these previous times we're talking about. You know, like so when you talk about like Christianity now, you're not talking about old school Christianity, you're talking about modern Christianity. I mean, even like Saudi Arabia is a weird one to look at because now they're trying to modernize. They keep so I don't know if you know, they have a shit ton of money, and it's from like I think it's the oil they have. Maybe it's something else, but they have so much money. Like they're just bathing in money essentially. So they're paying these other countries to come in. Like they have these deals with WWE. It was Vince McMahon who was doing it originally, and now Triple H owns WWE, but they're paying them millions and millions and millions, and WWE is going to now have WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia next year. It started off slow. First, it was like just a pay-per-view every year, and it didn't really matter. Then it became more and more and more. Now it's WrestleMania next year.
Pause. We still talking about WrestleMania.
And by the way, they didn't even do a WrestleMania in any other country before. They're just going straight to Saudi Arabia from America. And then the other one is, and when they first started going to Saudi Arabia, it was like, we can't have women on the show, and you can't have any women.
Over there, first of all, that's not America.
And this is what I'm talking about, though, is like now that WWE is working with them more and more, they're letting the women be on the shows, and they're trying to like modernize. And it's just interesting because it's all their old school religious philosophy. That's the reason that they... And obviously that was frowned upon from everybody else. Right. So I think they're trying, since they have all this money and they're trying to use their money, they're trying to be like, okay, we got to back up off on that.
That's everybody though.
It's just money.
That's the other problem.
Can I just say, I do respect all the Saudi Arabian people who are getting all this good entertainment now. Like people talk about it. Like there was this big comedy festival called the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And people talk shit about all these comedians who went to this comedy festival. It was a big thing in the comedy community.
Okay.
Like, oh, you just took all this money and you're going to go perform for the Saudi Arabian government. And it's like,
why not?
For one, you think the American government is so much better than the Saudi Arabian government? Like, come on, let's just talk about that.
They just get away with more.
Yeah, like if you ever took any money from the government and performed it for the American government, that's probably just as bad as taking money from the Saudi Arabian government. Maybe even worse. And
man, you get your money, man.
You get your money. No,
like,
I would do both. By the way, for the record, I would do both.
Right.
I just think they're both equally reprehensible. If we're gonna say Saudi Arabia is bad, you have to say America's bad too. And then the other thing is, how about all the Saudi Arabian people who just want entertainment? Because like I saw people were talking about this because Bill Burr was one of the people who performed there. And so one of the criticisms Bill Burr was getting is there was this thing of him talking on a radio show probably 12 years ago, and he was roasting somebody who went and performed in Saudi Arabia. But the difference was he was talking about somebody who performed personally for like the king and queen of Saudi Arabia, or he like went to the royalty and went and just performed for their daughter or some situation like that. That's so different than being invited to an arena show. It's tons of comics on a lineup. And again, you already have this wave of Saudi Arabia doing WWE. They have a golf thing now too. It's like they're giving golfers a bunch of money and they're joining their league. And it's like they're pumping all this money into stuff. And it's kind of like reminds me earlier about what you said about dedication too.
Right.
Like, yeah, you can hate this shit all you want, but you're not the person going out there and performing.
You're not.
And you're not the person that's setting up this festival. You're just talking about it. And you probably have never done anything like that in your life. So how do you know? How are you the person to make a judgment? And everybody thinks they are supposed to be making a judgment about everything all the time. And it's like, you don't even have to have a take on this. It doesn't have to be.
Here's my thing. I will say this. That's a human thing to do. Everybody's going to have their own opinion.
Yeah.
You know, opinions are like butts.
I feel bad for the Saudi Arabians.
Yeah, right.
I actually think all the Americans who are talking, they're kind of being racist. It's like, how about all the Saudi Arabians who just want a show? Like, you're acting like they don't deserve it. That's what you're talking about.
But you know, come on, that level of entitlement comes with being an American.
I guess so.
You know what? First of all,
you'd be surprised how popular that opinion I just described is. Like, it's a lot of people who are like, oh, I can't believe they perform there. Like, it's not just me. That's crazy. It's a lot of comics who will tell you this. A lot of entertainers who it's just unpopular to go to Saudi Arabia. It's a big thing. It's people talk shit about it.
First of all, people got to understand. I'm so sick of people trying to relegate danger to a specific area, or like.
I just think it's like, look where you are. Why do you think where you are is so much better than where they are?
Listen, people got to understand.
We live in a third world country with Band-Aids on it.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
The Band-Aids are falling off, and we keep putting more on, trying to cover it up.
And like I said, we may have more rights or more opportunity, whatever. We may make some money, But at the end of the day, bro, we all people.
Yeah,
and we all live in the same human experience. So you can't really sit here and try to dictate.
And it's labels. And it goes back to labels.
That's all it is, labels. Like, all this stuff don't even need to be happening. Come on, man. We got all this fighting for no... You got cats that'll sit up here and wake up in the morning angry about their life, walk outside and go beat the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
It's like...
And you know what? I think there's
issue.
people who do that in a different way. They don't go out and they fight somebody. They open up social media and they have 5 different arguments. And to them, it's kind of the same mental chaos in a way, right?
Yeah, and because they don't know where else to go.
Yep.
And you know why? Because everybody is so focused on trying to look good instead of be good. And that's what social media messed our image up. People, I can't tell you how many people came up to me talking about, you're not at all like what I thought you were. I'm like, why? Because you see I got 9,000 followers? What you talking about a number? You ain't even never talked to me. What you talking about? Like, hey, my boy Evan, I'm going to tell them this story. My boy Evan, he came into town. I met him at a show at Dorian's. I still remember where I met this dude. Cool guy. This man, Evan, took me to the side of the jam session one day. He's like, hey, man, you know, like, he's like, Tracy, so, you know, why you been inviting me? He was almost skeptical. He's like, why you been inviting me to all these jams? Like, do you see something in me? Like, what is it? Like, are you trying? I looked at him. I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, Evan, you just a cool guy. That's it. It's like you don't got to make it nothing that is not. Yeah. I'm not no guy that's trying to act like I can put you on with this person. I can get you over here. I got you over here. I run a jam session over here. I'm around this person. I do this. I do that. Man, I'm going to be helpful. And I want you to come around the same cast that I'm around. You told me you was new. You was in town. You want to meet some musicians. So come around some cats that are beneficial for you to meet.
Yep.
But what I'm saying, the point that I'm making is the image. It's almost like due to that sort of image that he saw and that persona that people will wonder, like, why are you friends with me? Why are you know what I'm saying?
So the reason my rap name is Ruse.
Yeah.
It's because everything is a ruse. And everything is definitions and labels. Yeah. Everything is a label.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything is a ruse. And when you look at life beyond the ruse, beyond these labels,
you're not seeing the real person.
Well, when you look at life beyond this, you can see life more so for what it is. When you look at life through this, you don't see the reality. When you look at life beyond it, you see it for what it is.
Right.
And like the truth is, comparison is the thief of joy, right? And so everything you see, nothing's meant to be compared to anything else. Everything is individual. Everything is entirely unique. Every moment, every person, every single circumstance, everything. But the way your brain works, it's always like, oh, I get into this routine. I did this yesterday. I did this the day before. No. This is brand new right here, right now. Right. Always. Every single moment of always.
That's how I've been looking at it.
And there's no before and there's no after.
I'm not tripping on it.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you start to get outside of that, you don't look. You stop looking at people that way.
Yes.
You don't look at people you look at them as another mystery. Like they're another infinity. You're an infinity and they're an infinity.
Yes.
And there's no point in trying to define somebody.
Exactly.
Because they could be anything.
They could.
And what I always try to do, and I think that's what also like makes me get along with people, is I always try to have that like loose mentality of like, people will tell you what they want to talk about. People will tell you where they want to go, and they'll kind of show you. And if you treat it that way, they always do.
Yes.
And people love that because then they get to talk about what they want to talk about.
Exactly.
And I think where a lot of interviewing and podcasting and all this stuff goes wrong, like media, is you don't get to see that side of somebody. You get to see a curated version of whatever the interviewer prepared.
Exactly.
And it's not actually like what the person brought that day. And people will bring you all sorts of magical things if you let them and you don't define them and you don't think of them as what you thought they were.
Dude,
you know
I talk to my homie Mike about this all the time. Because a lot of people will show the amount of respect. Some people think they deserve more respect based on that.
Yeah.
You got cats walking into restaurants talking about, you don't know who I am. It's like, you got 20K followers online. No, they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And let's be real. it doesn't matter that they know who you are. Why didn't you go in there and try to make their day better? Shut up about it.
I work at a restaurant. I won't say who the celebrity is, but I can tell you off camera because you'll know exactly who it is. You will know who it. I know based on what you've told me already. You will know who it is.
Yeah,
that's a good hint. But anyway, so I work at Giordano's South Loop. Okay, and there was a celebrity. He called and they said, "Hey, just to let you guys know, I'm a celebrity and I'm coming." And it was like
that's crazy.
They wanted the rollout. Like it was I don't even think I'm doing it justice. They said it like a warning, like it's a big name celebrity, okay? And I actually was their server, and I just remember thinking like it just made me think of that person differently ever since. Because even just kind of the general attitude and the general everything, it all clicked in my mind. It was like, oh, this is the type of person who would like big shot, like, oh, I'm gonna call up to the but it's like no one. You have to be so undeniable to have that type of. I think people. It's like goes back to the role playing thing. Like
what
you're role playing and you're pretending you're somebody who's more famous than you really are.
Yeah.
Like
better.
You're not John Stamos. If you were John Stamos, you call the restaurant. If you're Jack Black, you call the. If you're Michael Jackson, you rent the restaurant for a day.
Man,
there's levels to this.
And it's like, even if you are that, most of the time people don't understand that celebrities respect you more if you treat them regular.
Well,
they don't
respect
my
you
favorite
when you treat them
like you're different than them.
My favorite celebrity of all time is Adam Sandler, and I think it's just because he's never changed at all.
He's gonna be like, I don't want to talk to you. But if you, you got two cats. You got the nigga you got the person that's gonna walk up to. You got the person that's gonna walk up to Adam Sandler and be like, "Oh my God, it's Adam Sandler." He don't want to talk to you because you're an NPC.
I love your NPC face.
You stupid. Look, now take the cat.
You should have been in the movie Free Guy.
Gee, for real. Now take the cat that walks up to Adam Sandler and be like, "Oh man, Adam Sandler, man, you really cool. It's nice to meet you. Nice movies." He's gonna be like, "Oh man, hey, how did I?" He's gonna talk to you like,
"Hey, how are you, man?
Gee,
you like my movies?"
I bet you he'll talk to you like the most normal person because now you're treating him
Gucci.
Right,
you like my movies,
right?
I'm working on that one.
They know, and then they notice the switch. They don't want you around them if you doing all of that.
Yeah,
they notice the switch. They'll be like, I don't really like all that.
Well, and it's almost like I think of it. It's as simple as you ain't gotta lie to kick it. Like just be yourself,
right?
And it's as simple as being yourself, and it's literally as simple as that.
For real.
And people overcomplicate that, and they don't like themselves, and they have anxieties, and they have these thoughts. But you have to let go of all of that and just be whatever your brain is telling you to be. That's what I've always done, and I've always been okay. And I think like I've thought about that. Like what if it's somebody I really revere? Like what if we're doing the same thing we're doing right now, but it's somebody that's like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. And I'm trying to like maybe like a celebrity that I just can't even like a Will Ferrell maybe, like a Jack Black, where it's like, what the fuck do I even say to this person? Like this is crazy. But even then, you know what would happen? Mm-hmm. I would just be myself. I already know. I probably would have questions, and then I probably wouldn't even ask half of them. I'd probably just end up riffing with Jack Black for like half an hour, and that would be the best part. Be the part I didn't even prepare.
Look at Jack Black.
Because that's what's always the best. And it's always, and that's what I mean. Like even in an interview, like what I first started doing was interviews, and the reason I really prefer doing this is because one, I was doing a thing called 60 Seconds was the show, and so I would show up, I would do a full interview, and then I would cut it down to 60 seconds and make it this whole little commercial thing. It was awesome, but the problem is it was just so much work always, and I'd never had anybody pay me. And what always made it great is what I've already been talking to you about. It was the fact I let them kind of lead and be themselves.
Yeah.
But the difference was I actually did have questions. But even that, when you're coming up with questions, a great interviewer will look for what's inspiring this person and what do they want to say and what's the angle that they're taking. Like with a musician, one of the best things you can ask them is pick a line from one of their songs and ask them about a specific line that you would want to ask about because they like that.
That's actually very interesting.
But it's stuff like that.
I never would have thought
most
about
people
that.
Most people wouldn't have thought about that because it's you have to make them excited. And I would always see people light up. How I put it too is you'd be amazed how easy it is to get that moment, to get somebody to be like, oh shit, I can't even believe you asked me that. Because all it is like 15 minutes of research and you just find a good video of theirs. say, I wonder what they were thinking when they made this.
Well, you're reaching deeper too, because now you actually can understand the artist on a deeper level as opposed to just seeing them like, oh, they make good music, I listen to their music, that's nice. But like, there's meaning behind what we do. Like always. I said, we producing.
Yeah.
Man, like,
if you're a good artist, there's always meaning.
It's always meaning. Like, I don't make my music to get the approval of all the musicians in Chicago or New York or California.
To me, the approval of one person is always enough. That's how I look at it.
I had a show at this place called Montrose Salon in Chicago, and it was raining that night. So, you know, when it's raining, it's hard to get people to the show. Ain't nobody. So we had an opening band. It wasn't nobody there when they went on. Then when we went on, I'm gonna tell you, it was like maybe like I think 3 or 4 people in the audience.
Yeah.
Best show of my life.
Yeah.
I had the time of my life playing with my musicians, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like I didn't even.
It didn't even occur to you that it was a smaller audience. You weren't even thinking about that. Yeah.
But you know what?
Or maybe that made it better.
All I could think of in that moment was remember who you are.
Wow. Huh.
Like, remember where you came from, bro. Like, it was a time where you was a kid and you said, I would do anything just to play music. Not, I would do anything to have this person come up and ask me for my autograph. I would do anything to have 1,000 or 1 million followers online. I would do anything to get 1 million views. I would do anything for money. It was just, I would do anything to play that instrument just to play it. And that's what it reminded me of. That's what let me know, bro, I don't care how many. I played at a nursing home last summer. Man, them old people literally, the fact that they was just sitting there nodding their head and made me like just understand how much they was appreciating what I was doing.
Yeah.
That was enough for me. I don't need to be in front of 1,000 crowds. Them 7 old ladies that was getting up, like this, they was trying to shake whatever they had left of life. I'm giving more life to them from the music that I'm playing. I don't care about no stadiums with nobody jumping up drunk and high. Oh, Tracy Baker, oh, shut up. Man, that's life. That's what God put you here to do.
Yeah.
Them old people in there was, bro, that's the most alive they've been. Think about it in years.
You ever hear a magician talk about why they love the universality of magic?
Yes.
Because you can do magic in front of a prison, like people in prison, and they'll react just like children.
They will.
And if you do an elderly person, they'll react just like children.
You know
get this
why?
universal joy out of everybody with a magic trick. And I think it's because we all recognize that kid in all of us, that childish nature in all of us that we stray away from, but we all still have that curiosity within. And I think that's why art is so powerful, because it does the same thing. It reminds us that innate, and I think it's important to be childlike, but not childish, right? To have that childlike wonder within always.
Yeah.
But not to make decisions that way. Like to make be an adult, be mature, but also never let go of that curiosity.
Absolutely.
And that wonder. Because once you let go of that, it's basically over.
I'm telling you, and then people don't think about it like that, man. That kid in all of us is the one thing that's going to drive your purpose in life.
Just that thing that voice in your head that's telling you, you know, don't listen to anybody else, and then the whole world is wrong, and there's this thing within you that you've got. That's what every kid's thinking. No kid believes the rest of the world.
Because
every
cares.
kid thinks they've got it figured out, and no kid cares. And I think there's something to that idea that's completely true, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody in the world thinks they know, and a kid kind of knows that nobody knows. Every kid kind of knows nobody knows, but we all get kind of indoctrinated in this idea that somebody's got it figured out. But every kid kind of knows. And I think have you ever seen the movie Magnolia? I love that movie. But it's got this idea that kids, they kind of know more than adults.
Absolutely.
And I haven't seen too many movies portray that idea very well. But to me, it's so true. I mean, and that's why you got to treat kids like they're wise, and treat kids like they're just as wise as any adult. And they don't baby talk to kids and don't talk down to them. Treat them like they are intelligent people, and they will be even more intelligent than you could ever imagine, because you taught them taught them to be like that.
Absolutely.
Like, I just hate this idea of like talking to kids. Oh, hi, how are you today? Like, kids are smarter than that, and if you
especially
give them
nowadays with all this technology,
they're so smart.
Come on, man, they watching all this stuff on YouTube and AI. They got first of all, AI could do everything for them.
Yeah.
Think about it, bro. They got AI writing their papers, bro. Like, you got AI writing papers for these kids. They don't got to do nothing.
Yeah.
So you got to think about how smart they are in regards to like advancements in technology, advancements. They have access. That's the reason we were so smart. We have access to virtually. Think about it.
What?
You used to have to go to the library and look everything that you wanted to find on Google up. On Google. Yeah. Now you could ask, come on, they don't even got Bing no more. You remember Bing?
Yeah.
The search engine?
Ask Jeeves.
Right. All the search engines. Google is the only one that's surviving, but you remember they used to have Bing, they used to have all these other search engines out there. It's like, we don't even use that stuff no more.
No.
Now we got Chat GPT and all this. It's like, bro, remember I told you too much efficiency is bad?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm going to be real. I was just talking to my grandma, she talking about, I told her, I said, hey, I ain't gonna lie, boy, like, I don't know how to write in cursive. She was like, what? I was like, they stopped teaching it. Think about it, I don't know how to write in cursive.
Yeah.
I don't know how to write in cursive. And another thing I just found out is the average adult in the world reads at a 6th grade level. That is terrible. And I watched the video online that proves it. They had an index card. They was having these people read it. They couldn't announce silhouette.
Oh, I think I saw that video.
Oh, man, bro, it was bad. They couldn't pronounce silhouette.
Yeah, because there was like a few different things they had them read, huh?
I
saw the video, yeah.
Hey, listen, I ain't going to call nobody dumb, but I am going to say this. You got to educate yourself. I'm not going to call you dumb. Look, I'm going to be the one that helps you educate yourself, because you can't be reading at no 6th grade level.
Yeah.
Especially when you trying to talk about, I want to be rich. You're not going to attract no business partners or nothing.
Well, you know what, though? I also think that being able to read does not indicate intelligence.
I'm not saying that it indicates intelligence.
Yeah.
I am saying that it indicates a level of skill.
Yeah.
A level of skill, or not intellect, but...
I would say it indicates that you're willing to adapt to your surroundings.
To adapt, yes.
If you're realistic, you know that you're going to want to be able to read in the modern world.
But here's the thing. You have to read in every job that you're in.
And have you ever heard
of
Rick Ross? Like the original Rick Ross, not the rapper?
No.
Because he's notorious for being like this... I think he's sold crack, but he ended up selling crack like with the FBI, or there's this crazy deal he ended up having. But he was just famous for selling crack, and part of his story is he couldn't read when he first started selling crack. Like, he had this crazy business know-how, and he was the best crack salesman of all time. But he couldn't read, and so it's like stuff like that where it's like,
but you see how low that frequency is?
Yeah,
it's like,
of course.
You making all your money. You making all your money just to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, there is no sense in. Now, I want you. Remember, it's levels. Look, you could be the smartest drug dealer and be a millionaire, but you still going to jail.
Yeah.
Or you could be the smartest businessman and business owner,
right,
and take your family on vacation to the Bahamas every year.
Yeah.
There's levels to this. Yeah. Nobody cares that you could make $1 million selling drugs.
I think it was like hundreds of millions.
Let's be real. First of all, the dispensary already screwed y'all on that by making weed legal.
Yeah. No, but it's crack.
The government, right? But right, it's worse. But still, listen, like I said, okay, Frank Lucas.
Yeah.
Frank Lucas was one of the biggest drug dealers all the time. Yeah, he got a mansion. Yeah, but he had to give it all back to the government.
Yeah, you don't really win. You don't really
win that game.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the game where you make a bunch of money and you win.
Yeah.
You do need to know how to read for that.
You have to know how to, yeah.
You got to know how to read.
You know how to read, and you have to know how to, like, I mean, well, there's so much that goes into that. I mean, because I think to truly win goes all the way back to somebody like a Michael Jackson, you could even say, where it's like you have to have everything. You have to really have a sense of everything.
Yes.
Because to really succeed monumentally is to have such an understanding of, I guess you just have to have a lot of self-awareness.
But bro,
it's self-awareness. Because if you don't know what you are, how could you ever represent that to anybody else, you know? And how can you ever grow? You have to know what everybody else is, and you have to know what you are. And then you have to play that game and figure out how to game that.
Come on, this man was wearing leg warmers, marching band jackets.
Yeah.
He knew who he was.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Well,
there was a lot of people in that time that was talking about him like, And I bet you when he was younger, they like, why he dressed like that? Look at him. Now they trying to buy his clothes.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
But one of the celebrities they just talked about bought his whole catalog.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
She bought his whole clothing catalog. It's like they got cats trying to buy this man's clothes.
Of course.
And there's people talking about it like, oh man, he dressed crazy. It's like, yeah, what you doing now that's crazy to somebody is the same thing somebody gonna be mimicking, trying to do when you get there.
Right.
That's why I tell people, don't care what nobody think. If you weird, just be weird.
Yeah.
Your weirdness is gonna catch by the right people. They like weird stuff. They consume weird stuff. Okay, you funny. They like funny stuff. Go consume funny stuff.
Yeah.
You joyous. You get put out joy. They like joyous stuff. You got a group for everybody.
You know, that's why I like podcasts too, really.
Yes.
Is it provides the space for people to be themselves outside of whatever their art form and their thing is. It gets them to just be whatever they are. Yeah. Because I think sometimes, what's interesting about it, to me especially, is that there's a reason that comedy and radio and podcasts are so intertwined. And it's because comedians do that most of the time. Most of the time they're being themselves and they're doing like a put on version of themselves as their act.
Right.
And almost always that's kind of it. They lean into whatever is naturally funny about them.
Yeah, all musicians do it. We all have that persona.
Well, comedians. So comedians on stage, they'll lean into what their character is. And so with podcasts in particular, there's a reason that comedians and radio and podcasts are all so closely aligned, because it's like comedians are already doing that. Whereas like a musician, it's not quite the same. If I were to talk to a musician, usually what I'll find is, and you're not quite the case. You're actually, I think you're like me, where I actually think you think more like a comedian than you realize. Because most musicians, I'll talk to them and they'll kind of have like, they think in music, and so it's harder for them to communicate their thoughts, and they kind of have like a better, they're not much of a talker so much as like, if you give them an instrument, they'll just dazzle you and go away. But they don't really like share in the same way that a comedian would share, because a comedian just wants to explore every idea all the time. That's how their brain works. Yeah. They're always trying to break things down, explore ideas. And another thing I found talking to people is filmmakers and actors are like that too. They want to talk about their ideas and break things down so much. It's all they ever do. But musicians, not so much, because musicians are more, they're just more cerebral. They're just more in their head. And that's just something I found. That's why I like talking to comedians more, to be honest, is because they're usually just an easier, like that's why I'm saying you are more like a comedian, because you kind of just naturally go. And like a lot of musicians don't do that. A lot of musicians don't just talk and talk and talk. A lot of musicians, they kind of wait for their cue, and they kind of have a certain, it's just interesting. And I'm not even judging anybody. It's just something I've noticed, just talking to all sorts of different people.
But see,
and it makes me wonder, like, is it just a personality type? Like, I wonder what's going on there.
No, it's social media.
You think
nobody
so?
feels comfortable being thself no more.
Yeah.
Everybody's so scared to say
They're
stuff.
hyper conscious of the camera.
They hyper conscious of the camera. It's like, okay, cool. Like it gets.
Yeah,
to
I
a
don't
point,
even think about that thing.
Man, I'm sitting here talking to you and the mic is in front of me,
Same.
bro. I don't care about no camera. It's like,
but and that's why I probably don't notice when people are conscious, because I'm thinking I don't care about.
People
I'll see people look
conscious.
at it a lot. I mean, it's for me. I'm not connecting with you if I keep looking over at this camera over here.
Okay. If I built the character profile on you for everything that we disagree on, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
And that's what people's problem is.
Yeah.
We are all human. Okay, me and you are not going to agree on everything, whether it's race, religion, topic, or culture. But does that mean that I should characterize you as a bad person when you just been hospitable to me? You done came, invited me on your podcast. You done, like I said, why am I going to build a character profile on you?
And you think people just do that in general all the time?
Okay, let's say you said you was a Republican right now and I'm Democrat. That's like me saying, oh, I'm getting up out of here. It's like, you going to negate that person was good to you just because you disagree on a political idea?
Well, and
that's what this awareness is doing. People are like, just because you're this way, I get it.
Yeah.
We both agree to different types of life things, but that still does not mean I can relegate you as a terrible person. Well, especially after you've been good to me.
I don't think any single belief defines any person.
That's the labels.
Right.
We getting all. This is the.
We just keep coming full circle, right?
That's the name of this episode. Labels. Whatever. Whatever. But it's like, dang, you got everybody so tense, so scared to disagree on something. Like,
and you know what I've learned? The thing I've really learned lately, I just keep thinking about it. no one really cares.
Thank
you know what really happens? In real life, not on the internet, but in real life, people are radically agreeable. Radically. You can say almost anything to somebody, and they're not going to freak out. They're not going to do anything. They're probably not even going to disagree. They'll probably just nod along. And even if they do disagree, they'll just wait and talk shit later. Most people are radically agreeable in real life, and they'll just listen and nod along to anything.
They will.
And so...
They're not listening.
They're not listening, or they're listening, but they just really deep down don't care. And people are telling them to care, and they're telling them they're supposed to care, but deep down they don't give a shit. And most of us don't, because most of us are trying to survive.
Man, we got shit.
We just have actual things going on in our lives, and we don't. Why would I be thinking about what so and so says?
I'm doing it right now. I still struggle with cursing, so I'm trying to be on my best.
Oh, you're trying to do your best.
I'm doing it right now.
I think I've been doing pretty good.
We know how I would say the stuff to some of the stuff that I'm saying.
You be cursing,
but you know what, man? Look, it's a time and place, man. And I'm still,
it'd be like the SpongeBob episode, with the anchors.
Yeah. Hey, look. Progress over perfection. It's always progress over perfection.
Well, and what I've learned is don't be a hater, and it's about that's one of my guiding principles. Don't be a hater, and to look at things. Always try to lift people up in the same way that I try to with my art. Don't try to speak negatively about people, but try to think of solutions. And if I have something that I don't like, try to present something better. Don't just say what I don't like.
Exactly.
Try to present something I think would be better. Because otherwise,
that's a level of awarenessness that you have to be at to do that.
Yeah.
Some people ain't. First of all,
but you have to set the stage. You have to do that first for them to even know what that is.
And that's why I'm gonna start. Because like I said, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me right now, and I'm gonna be real on it. I don't care about no cameras rolling or adjust my answers. It's like, if I believe this is right in my heart, I'm gonna say it, and that's just what it is. People are oh my God, if I say this, I'll get canceled, or I can't say this, I can be yourself.
So it's weird because, like I said, most people don't care. So what I've been doing lately is, because I used to have this idea like, oh, if I share this opinion, people aren't gonna like me. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, who really cares if people don't like me? I already think this anyway.
Exactly.
And they're gonna figure me out. I'm doing a fucking podcast. I'm talking all the time. Like, if these people don't know me by now, it's actually on them. So I'm just gonna, say whatever I want to say and not even consider what people are gonna think.
Right.
And you know what happened? Because I would even keep track. I'd be like, how many people are gonna unfollow me if I do this? And it's like, nobody. Like,
just social media got you thinking like that.
No, because I just wanted to test it. I wanted to see if I say this, is this even gonna happen, or is this just this stupid idea I have in my head? So let's test it. And I think it was a couple. So the one that made somebody upset that they actually messaged me, I was posting about this one. I didn't even think was that offensive. I was talking about the review. If I watch a movie or I watch a show, I'll post like my rating of it. And so it was the roast of Kevin Hart that just happened.
Okay.
And so I thought the roast was pretty good. For a roast, it was pretty good. I mean, here, we don't have anti-droop technology, so I might droop a little. Just angle it like that.
Thank you so much.
But it was a good roast. I mean, roasts have always been the most offensive stuff possible. That's the whole point of the roast. That's what they're trying to do, is offend people.
All right.
And so what annoyed me was so Shane Gillis said a joke, like he called.
I know the joke about it.
Well, no, you're probably thinking of something else. So Shane Gillis said to somebody, I think he told Tony Hinchcliffe. It was either Tony Hinchcliffe or Pete Davidson. He called him Wigger Dracula. He said, "You look like Wigger Dracula."
Yeah.
Which I think is a funny joke. Yeah. Because he kind of does. And so it's the funny thing to say. I think it was Pete Davidson. And so then later, another comedian goes up. And I don't want to forget her name because I want to get her name right just to do her justice. Because I mean, she was funny. She was I haven't seen her much before this, so I'm just gonna look up the roast of Kevin Hart people so I get it right. I don't not correct. Cheryl Underwood. So she goes up and she was very funny. But there was this whole moment where she got a standing ovation from the crowd where she says like something about, I was looking at the teleprompter and I just know that you weren't gonna. I'm just glad that he didn't say that Wigger joke, because if you say Igger this, Igger that, Igger anything, you know that we're gonna kick your ass tonight. Like, that's basically what she says.
Dang.
The whole room goes woo, and then like 2 or 3 minutes later, she's talking about how great comedy is because it's freedom of speech. And I'm thinking, girl, that was not That was not freedom of speech. What you just did was not endorsing freedom. And what people, I can tell you what she's thinking. She's thinking freedom of consequences is not freedom of speech.
Exactly.
If you say something, you can still get the consequences. But in my mind, it's a principle. It's a comedy show. We're all making roast jokes. You can't get up there and then say that you can't say this, because that's just stepping on the whole thing. And it's the whole problem with now, like, the public perception of these comedy, like, especially these roasts, is like, people will look at it and they'll think that, oh, I can't believe he said this, but it's not. It's the whole point is you're supposed to say the most offensive. Wigger Dracula is not even that bad, but obviously it offended her because she felt the need to say something about it.
Bro, first of all, what people gotta understand is if you let's stop talking about music. Comedy is a profession in which they do things like that.
Well, the whole point is pushing the boundaries.
It's pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
And if you're not really into comedy, then you shouldn't even watch stuff like that.
Exactly.
Because you'll get, first of all, if you're not in, some things aren't funny. Okay, you're talking about some things that other people can't relate to your experience. Yeah. Like, okay, let's say, like, okay, one of the comedians.
Oh, but I didn't finish what so somebody messaged me because I posted that. And I can actually find the message because so I said that, and I also didn't like the two actresses who happened to be black, because it was Regina Hall, who's from the Scary Movies, and she's very funny in all those movies, but she just did this bit where she kind of like played it down and just kind of talked like this the whole time and delivered the whole thing like this, and it didn't really land. And then the other person that didn't really hit was Chelsea Handler, but of course Chelsea Handler just made the whole thing political. And then the other person was what I posted was Chelsea Handler, we get it, you hate white people. I did say that because that is her thing. She talks shit about white people, and she talks shit about all these, like, her whole thing is dividing people. And I don't think that it's under the mask of being progressive. You're not being progressive. You're defining, like, labels. You speak in labels. That's all you're doing, and it's separating us. And I hate that stuff. And so that's why I said that. And then what was the other? Oh, it was she was in One Battle After Another. She was great in the movie, but she came out and she just did this whole, I think it's Tiana Taylor, I want to say. And she came out and she did this whole speech where it was like a speech that she had prepared, but she had prepared to say that she didn't want to do the show. So the bit was she had this speech to say she didn't want to give a speech. And then she goes out there and it just kind of bombs. And so anyway, all that being said, if you were looking at what I posted through a racial lens, maybe you would get that connotation, that idea. So this is what they messaged me. And I didn't even say anything about the George Floyd joke, because that's probably the one you were thinking of. Yeah. But that was Tony Hinchcliffe, who I did say had a good set, because he did. I said he was one of the better people on the show, because he did have a good set. But that wasn't the best joke of his set. He was just funny overall. But again, people just look at everything through what they think it is. This is what he said to me. I don't usually get messages like this. This is the first time I got like a hateful, like they were mad. George Floyd jokes are not dark humor. That's just a poor taste joke meant to insult someone who has a kid who died at the hands of pigs. Also, it's just a bad joke that was executed terribly. It's hilarious. You can't take the white jokes well, but when someone is racist, that's funny. You said, we get it, you hate white people, and highlighted the guy who's racist. I see you, Mr. Cultural I see you, Mr. Culture Vulture. That's what they said. And then they blocked me. And I couldn't even figure out who it was because they blocked me right away. But I just remember I saw that, and like, again, I'm not even thinking about this stuff this way.
What are you talking about? We just talking about comedy.
I'm just talking about this is what I didn't enjoy about the show. Exactly. And so they're talking to me about the George Floyd joke that offended them. I didn't even bring up the George Floyd joke. They must have been really offended because they brought that up. And then they didn't like that I said, we get it, you don't like white people. And then they connected that to the fact that I didn't like the two black actresses, and I didn't.
But you see how
how people see things this way? I don't even think about it like that.
You see how that person, through the smallest technological lens, has characterized you as a terrible person.
Yes.
This is what social media is doing to people.
And if they met me in real life, that would not be the conversation.
That would not even be the conversation. No. And that's the problem with social media. Y'all see, hey, look, it was an influencer couple that was married. Everybody seeing their pictures online. Everybody seeing the thousands of followers. Found out they was cheating on each other the whole time. Yeah. And they all getting a divorce. It's like, you talking about looking at all them pictures with their kids. They doing the videos. I love my husband. When we start our day, we drink our coffee together. Whole time they cheating on each other.
And it's
and
all
they getting a divorce.
And it's all people trying to represent themselves as what they would want people to think they are.
But what's even worse is, think about how many people was looking up to them and saying, I want to be like that couple.
Yeah.
Now, this is what
they think that's real.
So, look, get into reality. This is not real. These numbers are not a level of respect. These numbers are not a level of perks. These numbers are not an identifier of who you are. This is just a fantasy. That's why it's, bro.
And even like fame, even like when you think about famous people, they're just humans. They're just people. There's
Ask
no
them
point.
What they sold to get there.
Yeah. Well, what I think about is like this whole idol worship thing, and like how the celebrity worship culture idea. Like I just like, yeah, I'd be starstruck if I met certain people, but I wouldn't think of them as anything other than a person. Like I said to you earlier, like, yeah, I'd be nervous if I met Jack Black, but I'd probably just end up talking to him like anybody else. Because I would never approach somebody like they're not a person. I just don't even think about it that way. And you'll see people obsess. They'll obsess over somebody like they're not even real. And I just have never been able to even wrap my mind fully around that, because people are just people to me. Every person's a person, and every person's not perfect, and everybody's complicated, and nobody is as they present themselves. And every time you meet somebody, you realize, oh, there's much more than meets the eye. Like nobody
but you ever see that video of that lady? She was standing right outside of Justin Bieber's apartment. This man, Justin Bieber, walked up. He got out his car. She ran up to him with her daughter, and she, oh my God, Justin, can you take a picture with my kids? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, he literally stops her and he literally talks to her like a regular person.
Yeah.
He don't like people like this. He said, hey. Now a regular person would have been like, okay, understandable. I see.
I think I do remember this.
You know. He's sitting outside the apartment and
he was just kind of respectfully saying, hey, this isn't cool.
This is my apartment. You know, when you get off work and you had a long day and you want to just come home and chill, he said, that's what I want to do right now. She said, come on, Justin, my butt. She didn't hear nothing that man just said. He's literally, you could see his tiredness on his face. You could see that he just got off work. Now go do that to a construction worker that's working every day. He's gonna punch you in your face. Let you try to stop him while he trying to take his construction boots off and get relaxed after he just got done doing a hard day's labor, and you got pictures in his face.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with social media. People don't realize how long we in the studio. They don't know how many takes we just did.
Right.
They don't know this. They don't know that. All they see is, oh, you got fame. We should be able to come up to you whenever we want. Then what they don't know is he might have turned around and gave you the autograph if you just said, let's say it went like this. Hey, I'm kind of tired after work. Oh, okay, Justin. Hey, honey, sorry. He's not going to be able to do it today. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do it just because I feel kind of bad. If you did it in humility, he would have did that. But you just ignored everything he said and said, come on, Justin.
Yeah.
Well, I know we outside your crib. I know we bugging you.
And it's intention. It's all begins with the intent.
Right, but this is my daughter. How many daughters do you think he's ran into today?
Yeah.
Just walking out from his house door to his car.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's like people are so delusional today.
And also, I think, like, when you treat him that way, you are already showing that you don't think of him as a person. Why should he respect you as a person?
Exactly.
You're not presenting him that same respect.
You're not.
But the tough part is, like,
He's tired.
You're always on a camera. You're always being watched, and he's got to be conscious of that. I mean, people don't give him enough credit because he had his little fallouts, but he's actually, he just got famous so young, and he was that young heartthrob of the generation. He was the one. So it's hard to fall out of that. It's hard to age up and become something else. And also it's hard to deal with those types of fans. It's hard to even communicate with that type of thing because they like the idea of him. They don't like Justin Bieber. They like what he represents, the brand of Justin Bieber. I mean, a lot of those girls who are at his concerts cutting for Bieber, if you remember that one.
I'm going to be honest. Most people that think they ready for fame are not.
No way.
First of all, you can't even handle somebody random coming. Okay, let's say you take your average person on the street. Somebody just randomly ran up and started recording them.
Yeah.
You want to know how desensitized musicians and comedians are to just that little thing? People recording us.
Yeah.
We've seen it all the time. We even desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Recording us for our shows. Why you think we're not looking at the camera like that? Because we used to this type of stuff. Take an everyday person.
Yeah.
I've seen people in church getting up to the mic to do announcements get nervous. And they think they can be famous.
I've seen people nervous to go to open mics where no cameras will be on.
Well, it ain't no cameras. It's 2 people in the audience and they scared to get up there. Think about that. You're not ready for to, and they think they calling what Justin Bieber did a crash out. That's not a crash out. It's called being human.
Being a human.
Something, and it's just a part of his experience that you haven't experienced.
Yeah.
Boy.
And he's on camera. So imagine if all your foibles and all your failures were on camera.
Imagine you walking out your front door and somebody's flashing pictures at you just getting your mail.
Exactly. And you didn't do your hair that day. You look like shit. And so everybody gets to see how you look like shit.
You think you ready for that? And then you talk about Justin.
I'm not.
And then niggas will build a Justin Bieber profile right there. Oh, I don't want to meet Justin Bieber. I saw that video. He's an a-hole to his fans. What?
Yeah.
You don't even know this man.
Yeah.
You talking about he an a-hole. You ain't even talk to him personally. You're judging him a character profile off a video.
Yeah.
You are delusional. And then off a video that you don't have any experience. Again, when is the last time somebody flashed you when you walking out your crib?
Right.
When is the last time you got in the car and you couldn't even turn the corner because somebody flashing you? That don't even happen to me.
Well, and anything can be different out of context. Like anything can be presented as something else out of context, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, you only see that version. Oh, Justin Bieber looks like shit. Look at him. That's what you see. You don't see he just got up at 7 in the morning and someone was camping outside.
But it doesn't have to happen to you for you to understand.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
That doesn't happen to me, but I understand why Kanye West, I would never say he's a crash out.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Kanye West is not a crash out. How many times does he have to tell you, I'm just literally here with my kids right now. Can y'all take the cameras out of my face? I don't have to live that experience. Some people, they think they can handle it without living the experience. I'm like, bro, you can't even deal with something minor that I deal with just as a Chicago musician.
For the record.
You think you're going to deal with something like Justin Bieber?
Only non-famous people hate on famous people.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's like you don't even understand that experience. You'll never hear a famous
person saying, oh yeah, famous people are terrible. Because not just because they're in the group, but because they understand what that is.
We don't have those experiences, brother. We don't.
And fame isn't glamorous. Like the thing is, I think the most common running thing you'll hear from famous people is, I thought this was gonna solve my problems, this was gonna make my life good, and it didn't do any of that. I have all the same problems, but now I'm also famous. That's what you'll hear famous people say, because everybody has this idea in their head. It's like we're talking about Oasis earlier. We all have our own, like, an Oasis.
They're seeing it. They see it.
And they see Oasis in fame. It's like, oh, if I just had money and fame, that would be Oasis and all my problems would be solved. And that's fake. That's not real. And if you want to really live life now, just pretend you were famous yesterday. And just pretend you woke up today and you already achieved everything you want to achieve. What does the famous person do? Because the truth is, if you even achieve those goals you want to achieve, there's always tomorrow. And what about the Olympic gold winner who wakes up the next day? What do they do? And this is the reality of life. And there's no ending. There's no being finished. And so I think people just think of it like, oh, on X day, once I get to this, I'm done. Once I finally get 1 million followers, I'm done. And it's like, none of that's real.
Because
just forget all of that. None of it's real. And just focus on what you do and just enjoy yourself while you're doing it.
Listen, when I had 2,000 followers, I was like, man, I can't wait till I get to 5,000, man. I'm going to be really, everybody going to.
Yeah, like 2K is crazy. 5K is going to be amazing.
Got to 5K and I was like, okay, this is cool. Same thing.
You're thinking 10K when you get to 5?
I'll take it back. I used to ride my bike to school for cheerleading practice at Tinley Park High School. I used to ride my bike.
Yeah.
Then when I got a car, I was like, man, I want a car. I'm tired of riding my bike. Got a car, right? I got this Honda car. It was busted up hood. I used to drive that thing to school. My friends, I used to be like, yeah, I could drive y'all wherever. I just was happy to have a car busted up. Yeah. And after a while, I'm like, man, I need a new car. I'm tired of this bump. After a while, I got a new car. It was a Nissan. Man, love my Nissan. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got the nasty bumper. This brand spanking new. Man, after a while, I got tired of the Nissan. Like, man, I can't wait. I need to get something else. Man, got to the next car. I got to a truck. I got the truck. I'm like, yeah, I'm balling big. Nah, I got a truck. Truck went out on me. Then I got a BMW. I'm like, all right, I ain't in the truck no more. I got a luxury car. I got a BMW. After a while, the BMW wasn't enough. You know why? Because once I got the thing that I was chasing so hard, I realized that it came with a $17,000 repair bill that I couldn't afford.
Yeah.
That's the reality of what y'all chasing out here. That's the reality.
It's like if you give a poor person a Tesla and they have to pay taxes on it.
Hey, you know what I got now? Toyota Prius. 50 miles to the gallon. $30 to fill it up. 500 miles. I don't need the car that I want. I need the car that I need.
Yeah.
I'm driving everywhere as a musician.
I ride an electric skateboard
like
to work. I ride my electric skateboard, and people ask me why. I say I don't pay any bills on it. I don't pay for parking. I actually get to work just as fast.
Thank you.
And like, I'm just thinking utility-wise, this is the best possible thing I could own. It's not about wanting it or looking cool or anything. Like, because people would see an electric skateboard, they're like, you're crazy. I'm like, no, this is the best possible device I could come up with to get to where I need to be.
Ain't
you know how
nothing new
quickly I
under
get
the
to the
sun.
gym? I don't even have to pedal a bike. I'm on a skateboard that propels itself. Are you kidding me? This is the future. So like, it just blows my mind that like people will look at something like that or like these electric scooters now and they'll be like, oh, I can't even believe you do that instead of a car. I'm thinking, I can't believe you do a car instead of
But you know what
this.
I was missing? I was missing the one thing that you beat me on a long time ago.
What is that?
Starts with a C. Content.
Ah.
You're content
Yes, I
with
am.
riding that skateboard. I never was content with what I had. I was like, man, this is like a therapy session because I'm actually coming to this realization right now.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't content. I wasn't content with just having that. I wanted the next best thing.
When were you not content? When specifically?
With my cars.
Yeah.
I wasn't and that's just one situation in my life. If everybody analyzed every situation, even gigs, I'm looking at guys out here right now. They like, man, bro, I'm ready to get the gig. I'm like, bro, but you got a gig that this person over here don't even have, and they would kill for what you got right now.
Yeah.
Remember, the nigga on the bike wish he had a car. The nigga in the car wish he had a helicopter.
But don't you think, though, that not being content is also something that makes you strive for something better?
Now, I didn't say that. I'm saying be content with the things that you need and that are valuable in the place that you need them. Now, there is a time to grow out of contentment. Like, okay, take right now. You content with riding your skateboard.
Yeah.
But let's say you need to start traveling the country. Now you got to strive for something better.
Of course.
That's different.
Or
Now,
I travel back to Michigan. I always have to take the train. Wouldn't it be great to even rent a car?
Exactly.
Or something.
But you see how, like, okay, I'm content with riding my skateboard for the stuff that I'm doing around here, but I'm not content with riding my skateboard to Europe for an opportunity. That's like you saying, oh no, I'm content with my skateboard. I don't need to go and book a flight ticket. I could probably just take my skateboard
and you know
all
what
the way to
we
Europe.
could tie that back into? Learning to read.
Exactly. It's like, come on.
Same.
Now, you can't be content with that. So if they start calling you to do stuff overseas, or let's say they call you and you don't got the money. Yeah, you
Or
do.
say I get
a car.
say I get a crazy opportunity. It's Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Well, what am I going to do when I get to Austin? I'm going to need to rent a car. I need a vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't just show up to Austin and take a taxi everywhere. Take an Uber everywhere.
Okay. Like
People
this.
will do that, but that's nuts. You know how much money I'm going to spend doing that? I would never. I'm so cheap.
I know some cats right now, they like, I'm content with just having my state ID. Okay. But what about if you get an opportunity to drive somewhere that's around
And that
over
opportunity
there?
could be whenever.
And that opportunity
you never know.
And you never know. And they say, hey, I need you to meet me over here in 45 minutes. You got a car? I don't have a license. Oh, you was content with your state ID, and that was your opportunity to make millions.
Yeah.
That was your opportunity to meet the Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You just messed it up because now you content with just the ID and you know you need a driver's license. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be real. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Or you talking about I want to be famous, but you don't got a passport. How you going to be? I'm content with just, I'm content with just my idea. It gets me to all my countries in the States, but don't expect to get anywhere outside of the United States.
Yeah.
But if you expecting to go somewhere outside the United States, you got to plan for it, baby. You got to make it happen. You can't be sitting up here talking about, I'm planning for this, I'm planning for that. See, that's not contentment. That is procrastination. That is not hesitation.
Negligence.
That's comfortability.
Negligence. Comfort.
Comfortability.
Malevolence.
Malevolence.
Maybe.
Yeah. But contentment is when I'm saying okay, unpopular topic, polyamory. Like, I think that goes too far. You know why? Because you're basically saying that I can never be content with one person.
Oh yeah. Well,
like I need 5 different people to do this. I need 17 different people. It's like you can only get so much from 17 people for one relationship.
Yeah.
Relationship goes one way. It don't go 17 different ways. You're not God.
Spiritually, I really think, I mean, we are biomechanical organisms.
Yeah.
And what are we ultimately designed to do? Reproduce. So there's a reason that we develop these very strong relationships with the people we reproduce with.
Yes.
And so it's just kind of, I think it just flies in the face of your biomechanical, like you can reproduce with whoever you want. But you develop a relationship with that person no matter who they are.
And notice, you're not supposed to reproduce with everybody. That's where you get Charles Manson.
So that's where you get
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm going to tell you, that was a product of something that was never supposed to happen. Because think about the childhoods that they had.
Right.
They got beat by parents that never wanted them.
Yeah.
If that man had sex with the right woman and they had the right baby, he would have taken care of it and they would have never ended up, they would have never ended up like John Wayne Gacy.
I think this actually explains the NPC leader-follower theory.
Yes.
I think what happens is, because all you got to do is just look at statistics. It's the poorest people with the least amount of resources that have the most kids, and it's the richest people with the most. They've made money, so they know how the game works, and they know, oh, maybe don't have 9, maybe have 2. And then you'll just see this play out time and time and time and time and time again. And so I think that's actually where it all begins. I think it's that. I really think it's just this never-ending cycle of like the people without resources can't stop having kids, and the people with the most resources aren't having a whole lot of them. So all these people, what all of us need is equality of opportunity. That's true freedom. And what all of us need is that, but that's never going to happen if all the poor people keep having kids because they don't got no opportunities. It's actually sad when you see a person who should not be having kids and they're at 3 and they just won't stop. And I've seen it happen to people very close to me where it's like I'm not even judging the person. I feel bad for the kids because the kids are getting raised in this environment that they don't get to. No one's going to foster their individualism.
Exactly.
There's just too much going on.
Well,
there's like not enough for them.
That's like me and you having a talk right now. We like, okay, yeah. Do you want kids? Let's say you say no right now.
Yeah.
You say no today.
Okay.
Now let's say next Friday you go to the bar, you get messed up, knocked up, and you knock up a girl. That was a product of something that was never supposed to happen. You know why? Because a week before that, you just told me you don't want kids. So what make you think you're going to take care of that baby that you knocked up?
Right.
That baby was never supposed to be here. And now you just produced a child into anger because now he going to be like, why don't my daddy want me? And then the mama like, oh, your daddy ain't SHIT. I met him one night. So I don't even know your daddy. Think about it. I've been with my girl.
And that could be a start of a family of 7 right there.
I've been with my girl for 11 years. Yeah. You know the stuff that I found out from year 5 to year 10? You don't know nobody after one night. So that's already let you know that every baby ain't meant to be produced here. So that's why
I would argue you don't even know yourself.
You don't even know yourself. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Think about that. And you just had sex with a random person that just brought a baby here and you think y'all gonna raise a baby together and have it be the best member of society? No. That baby's gonna get raised with hatred around him because y'all two hate each other.
Yeah.
It's a product of every environment.
You know what? That's something like my dad passed away a couple years ago. And I called him.
Same, my mom.
Oh, look at that. Well, I'm sorry for both of us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. But yeah, man. So I just remember right after he died, I really realized it. But right before he died, I remember like I even called him. It was just a random thing. I'm so glad I did it because it was like I was
What time is it?
It's like 2:30. I want to say we can wrap up in a little bit if you need. But so I call him and I just say to him, I'm like talking to him on the phone. I get to work and I'm about to hang up and go to work. And I think, you know what, I should just call him back. And so I call him back and I say, I just want to say to you, like, a lot of the stuff you do, like the way that you treat me, or just a lot of the way that you act, I'm sure, has made me who I am in a lot of ways, and I'm just really glad that you're my dad and not anybody else. So I just want to say that.
That's nice.
And he was obviously like kind of surprised, and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, I appreciate you saying that." Da, 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 da. And he hangs up the phone. It was like 6 months before he died. I'm so glad that I actually, because that's the thing you're gonna think about when people pass away. It's always, oh, I wish I had done this, and I wish I had told them how I felt about this. And when he passed away, I still feel that way even more, because it made me realize, like, I think we all look at our parents this way, where we're so used to them, and it's so easy to look at them as the way that they treated you and the life they gave you, and it's easy to label all that and think of them outside of
they growing up too,
but they're just a kid that grew up and they just have their own problems. And so I remember when my dad passed away, I'm just seeing all of this, and I realize a lot of the love that's in me, a lot of like the actual tenderness that's in me, is because he cared about me. Like you're talking about, people don't care about their kids a lot of the time.
That's why
they don't spread that. Like they'll pretend they care about their kids, and they'll even buy their kids things, and they'll do things that look like they care. What's up?
Can we let the pets back in?
Oh, if you want to pop the door, yeah. Why, you want them in here?
I just like.
Yeah, we can open the door. I know Oscar's gonna come in. He'll walk right in, but Margot might take her time. Oscar, come in here, buddy. He'll come. Believe me. Take some tea. He's gonna be excited. We invited him. There he goes. You pushing the door open? That's my buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Sit up here with me? Come on. You're invited.
He's so cute.
You can shut that door again. Margot's probably not going to come. Come on. Lay down. Snuggle with me. Come on.
Look at this dude.
You're such a good boy. He likes this new couch.
He's so cute.
Yeah. It gives him just enough room to sit next to me. He loves this shit. You can tell he just went right into position. So just with my dad and the way that everything played out with him, it was just interesting how, I mean, it's just as we were talking about around the beginning here, where it's like when you pass away, your legacy is everything you had done before.
Right.
And it was interesting looking back at his life in retrospective and understanding it differently in a way that I never probably could have if he were still around. It just recontextualizes everything, and I recognize that love that he gave me, and exactly that the wanting, like even if, truly, I actually think, and this isn't my ego, I really think this is true. I think I was like the only kid in my entire family, like out of my mom's kids, that was born out of love, like just pure love. And I think that leads to a lot within me. I really think that, because my mom, me and my sister, my full sister, we were both born under the same mom and dad. We were like the last of the two kids that my mom had. And then other than that, I have another brother with my dad, and that was with his wife previously. And that went kind of rocky, but that's, but I think that went bad. And then also you got on my mom's side, my mom kind of has a type. She seems to date guys who have substance issues. That's the best way I could put it. It's just how it goes.
That ain't good.
I think it's the caretaker in her. She's a nurse.
Okay,
so I really think that
she Captain Save a nigga.
Yeah, she loves that.
I know what that.
So and there's a whole lot of those, but I love my mom for it. She's got love within her, forgiveness for everybody.
That's where the root. That's the root.
That's the root. That's a lot. It's her and my dad, because they were both like that, and I think that, like I was saying, my mom, the people she was with before my dad, they were, one of them was just kind of like a guy who he would lie, he would just make shit up about her, say you're cheating on me, and then just yell at her. And that was where a lot of my brothers and sisters were born, my older ones. And then there's me and my sister, and I'm like the one that's born out of love when they're in the honeymoon phase. My mom and my dad just met, everything's going great. And then after that, you got my sister, who is a little bit later on like, oh, I guess we're having another kid. And I really feel like there's something about being born in that honeymoon spot, in that perfect spot where they wanted you. Yeah. They really wanted you, and everything was going good, and everything was on the up and up, and it wasn't this relationship that was toxic by any means. Yeah. Everything just seemed to be okay, and there's a purity in that. And I think that if you foster that purity very early on, it changes you fundamentally. And parenting is something nobody can get perfect, and you can pick and choose what you think your parents did right and wrong. But in the end, it's an impossible task. And anybody who does a semi-good job, I applaud you. because I don't
it's
think
not easy
parenting,
being a parent. I'm not a parent, so I can't relate.
I don't
but
know
I will
either.
say I know it's not easy.
I just know it's impossible, and that's why I hate when I hear people blaming their parents on everything, because I just don't think that's fair.
Now some people just lazy. They ain't trying to do
I
the
think
work.
Even if it's your parents' fault, take accountability.
Yeah.
You recognize what's wrong with that. Move on. Recognize that they're just as fucked up as you are.
Exactly.
And move on.
And they had to learn too.
It's like, and maybe you could be a parent to them and teach them. This story isn't over. You can still help them and aid them, and like I just don't like this idea. And also, they made you what you are, so you might as well own it. You might as well just own the fact that even if you don't like your parents, you are what you are because of them, exactly. Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
I want to show you this. I wrote this in 2019, and it reminds me a lot of what we're talking about with labels and all this. So it's called discrimination, and the word, it's like discrimination. Nation is emphasized.
Yeah.
I guess we're living in a discrimination I never would have guessed from inside of my basement. If you wouldn't have said it, I think the races are running. Ignore the color that's under and see the faces above it. The love embracing I covet. Stereotype I does it, but not the people I doesn't. Created equal a cousin, at least 52nd. 5 seconds of judgment. I feel the difference between us. I couldn't touch it. You got a brain, right? And your heart beats. I'm the same way. I'm hating the harsh speech. I'm aiming to break away to escape. Goat, please listen to the melatonin, and no skin is art to me. My shell is open, we all holding in arteries. Feel the blood pumping, we all breathing, it's art to me. These dividers don't break even, they carving deep and out of the aiming to change the seasons, part the seas. Skin is property. Skin is skin, nothing more, nothing less. Skin is skin, the receipt is in the desk. Skin is skin, feel them breathing on your neck, and they're asking you for more, but you ain't seeing nothing left. See, we're the same thing, same world, same complications, different situations. We say this in conversations, we're the same thing. I see you nodding, and it's great and it's honest. When I say the last thing I'm thinking is race, cause it's a vain thing. Why you care what the colors say when you be bleeding through the ink? Oh boy, you're fading away. I'm saying skin is skin and I'm a living mind. I find the power in the soul and know it is alive.
That's a vibe.
That's a good one, huh?
That's a good one, bro.
Yeah.
I like that.
I should re-debut that one.
Yeah, you
Put
should.
it back out. I think it's more relevant now than ever. That was in 2019.
I'm gonna be real. It's already here. You just gotta put a beat behind it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's riding the 4x4. I'd have to actually test it.
But you gotta find like a space. Like you don't have to be 4x4. It could be spacey, like something.
Yeah,
but you just rap it. Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, just a spacey like backup thing. Yeah, I've seen plenty of like that with freestyles. I've seen rappers do that a lot. Like a freestyle, you just throw a little wavy thing on in the back just to give it some atmosphere.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
I'm telling you.
Because I think it's saying everything we've already said, but I often find that with rap, as I already described to you, I can empower an idea.
Yes.
And I think that people can recognize it in a more undeniable sense. Like even if I were to say those exact things in a conversation, it's just more powerful presented that way.
Yes.
And that's what I love about hip hop. That's what I love about individualism. That's what I love about talking with you today, right? I think we've hit on a lot of this shit. Yeah. I mean, I imagine you got busy things you got to go do. You're a busy man with your saxophone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go record some music.
How about next time you bring the saxophone with you? We'll get a little solo or two in.
I got you.
You bust it out. We'll have some saxophone breaks.
Let's go.
Sax breaks.
That'll be a vibe. Sax breaks.
We'll call it sax hour or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like some type of sex pun. I can't think of anything.
No, I can't think of nothing.
There's got to be a sax joke. God damn it. Ooh, satisfaction. Satisfaction is good. I'll take that.
Sexual seduction.
Sexual seduction.
That's
good.
For y'all.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Sensual saxations.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
See, I thought I was losing it. I still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. That's cool, man. I just didn't think I was gonna be playing today, so I was
it's no big deal, man. It's funny. It's like I had a mime on here, and I wasn't sure, is he gonna show up in full makeup? Like, you never know what people are gonna do. You never know. If there's a person
is he gonna talk?
Is he gonna? That's the other thing. Am I leading this whole one? How's this gonna go?
No.
Let me just say, that's like episode 215. He talks more than you'd think. Think.
Oh my God.
I think next time we're gonna have to go all in on the bit, right? I'll just say, don't say a word, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't say a word.
Go all in, because I think that's the best way to do it.
Well, I mean, people hear mime podcast. It's like a joke in itself.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Because when you bring a mime on here, that's the best way to do it. It's like, why is he not saying anything?
It's a mime crime he's committing by coming on the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When I invited him on, I was like, I really wonder what's...
Like,
I had to have that open discussion thing we were talking about earlier. I had to let him lead.
Right.
Imagine he just comes in and just looks around.
If this was a show called Charades, he'd be a hit.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So at the end of the show, my core audience, it's obviously 3 to 5 year olds. All right, it's the kids. It's the 3 to 5 year olds who are listening to this. The generation that has been corrupted by social media, but also seducted by social media and taught to do amazing things that we'll probably never do because we're old men who don't know how to work this stuff. We didn't get raised by Coco Melon.
Yeah.
So
well, that Coco Melon ain't no joke, man. I don't know what that is. Too many colors in there. Like
it's just too much.
I don't know. I don't like all them neon colors.
That's if Mr. Beast made a cartoon.
Right. It's too much. It's
crazy.
Like, no.
But anyway. With the kids are going to take off their headphones. They're going to enter the reality. They're going to take off the AirPods, exit the school bus, touch grass, and we need to give them advice. You are going to give them actionable advice, a piece of knowledge. We've provided so much. I know you got one more in you, a little piece for the kids to take away at the end of the episode. And also, the social medias, where people can find you, where they can find your work. This comes out about a month from now, so if you got any dates to plug or anything like that, just keep that in mind. But yeah, just let everybody know where they can find you. They listen to you this long, they might as well find a little bit more of what you actually do. Yeah. And there you go.
Man, my best advice is always enjoy the experiences that you get on the journey. Because when you get to the destination, you've already arrived where you said you were going to be. So after that, like you said, what's next after that? So if you didn't enjoy everything up until that point, once you get there, it's not going to feel the same way. So always just enjoy the way that you're going. Like, I'm happy that I'm playing at, these small time clubs.
That 4-person show.
It's like, because it's like, now when I get there, I'm going to be like, I remember when I was playing for 4 people.
Yeah.
And it feels that much better because it's like, man, I was able to touch 4 people's lives. Now I'm able to touch hundreds of thousands of millions of people's lives with my stuff.
And what's the difference?
No difference. As long as you changing people's heart, it don't matter. As long as you bringing joy, peace, calm, I mean, that's all there is to it. And your anointing from God. As long as you letting God's light shine through you, there's nothing that's gonna stop you on this planet. Yeah, but that's my main goal as a saxophonist and as a musician. But you guys can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You guys know.
Saxy Boy.
No,
that would have been
Tracy B.
That was it.
Sax. Tracy B. Sax.
That was the name I was looking for, was Saxy Boy. But anyway.
Saxy Boy. I think they got somebody like that already.
Yeah, social media, not Saxy Boy.
Man.
It's Tracy B. Sax.
Tracy B.
On everything?
Sax on everything. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And check out my singles. I got them on Spotify, Apple Music, all of the platforms. Tracy Baker. Just look up Tracy Baker online.
Awesome, man. That's cool. And where can we find any of your music? Like, is there music out now that we can find?
You can find it all over Spotify.
So just Spotify, just type in your name, right?
Apple Music, all of it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's free too,
It's free and it's on, folks, there's this crazy thing called the App Store. You go to the App Store and you go to Spotify or Apple Music, you can listen to this man's music for free. Crazy fact.
Yes,
you
sir.
could do it right here, right now. You can exit this, you can go listen to it right now. And I suggest that you do, all right? Yeah. Because this is a sexy boy right here.
Nah, we finna get down. This man talking about sexy boy.
Cut all those sexy boy parts, all right? Cut all those bad sexy boy.
No, man. Yeah.
Anything but that. Anything but sexy boy, huh?
Sexy boy. What is that? No.
I like that. I like how you have a line. I like how you draw the line right there. You'll take any other sex pun. But sexy boy,
no.
Too much.
Sound weird.
I like that. It's just too sus.
I don't like it.
It's just too suggestive.
I don't
like what that is saying.
Sexy boy, no. People get the wrong idea when you got the wrong name out there. It's like, what's a stupid stage name?
I had when I was doing fake professional wrestling with my friends as a kid, I had like a flamboyant gay character, and his name would be Buttercup Bobby. And I just think I was trying to think what's the gayest name I could come up with.
And I would come up and I would be Buttercup Bobby, and I'm just gonna kick so much ass.
I'm gonna tell you something. Bro. Here's the thing. You just have to have something that's simple and people would understand. It don't have to be bad baby, bad booty, bad this, shake your rump all around.
Kids, this is the real advice.
It could just be your name, or you could just the guy who played drum in my band, his name is Tank. It's not his real name, but we call him Tank.
I like that.
Everybody on the music scene knows him. Tank. Leave it at Tank.
Yeah.
It's like, not Tank shoot you in your ass. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's not Ruse, Yo Money, Yo Gotti, 360.
Right. It's like we don't need all that.
It doesn't have to sound like a gamer tag on Xbox Live.
Right.
Is what we're saying.
Like, no.
Keep it simple. All right, and then all right, well, I think that's been all, folks. You know what's about to happen here. That has been all here today on Ruse Radio. Clocking out.
Ruse Radio.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character, this calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the